How's everybody doing? What's going on? Baby, it's a little late. I wanted to go live at 8, but I didn't think I was gonna be back at my apartment. But I actually made it back. I actually finished doing what I was doing before 8. So I was like, oh, I should have just did 8. But I didn't think I was gonna be finished. But I was finished. But anyways, we're here. What's going on? I just wanted to come down here and run my mouth just for a few seconds. Baby, I'm not being on here all night tonight. I don't think I realized. Maybe I knew, but I did not realize that live was over 5 hours the other night. I said, oh, absolutely not. Girl, absolutely not. What's up, Diva? Absolutely not. I can't do that. And I think I told somebody on Twitter, "Man, I'm not going live for the rest of this year or something like that. I said, but baby, I did not realize that live. Okay. Okay. I was on the other side of town listening to the Diva with the Bell Collective review. I gotta go finish it though, because I had to hurry up and get ready for this. Anyways, so I just wanted to come down here and talk. And I wanted to talk about Andy. And of course, it's Dr. Wendy, sweetie. I wanted to talk about Dr. Wendy. Hey, let's go ahead and talk about Andy. That shouldn't take that long. We're going to go ahead and listen to what Andy had to say about Dr. Wendy, and then we'll talk. So let's just play this audio of Andy speaking about Dr. Wendy. It's not that long, like a minute and some change.
Want to say that, like all of you, I found out about the charges against Wendy and Eddie Osefo on Friday morning, and there's not much that I can say. I know nothing of the charges more than you guys do, than what I've read. Um, I'm sad about this. I'm really sad about this. And, Wendy is just, I'm a Wendy fan. And she has been a great housewife and a great role model for, she's always led with education and her solid family values. And so that's, that's what, I'm really thinking about her and her family. And I'm certainly hoping that this is all some big, you know,
Okay.
nothing. And by the way, last night's Watch What Happens Live, we had taped that before I went to LA. So that is why you did not hear me asking Ashley her thoughts on that, in case you were wondering. I
The first thing I said is, are you a Dr. Wendy fan, Andy? Maybe he is. I've always had this list of housewives that I think that he absolutely adores and loves. And then I have a list of the housewives that I think that he just kind of tolerates. I think the ones that if they're there, they're there. If they're not, they're not. And I have a list of housewives who I think that Andy absolutely hates. I've never put Wendy on a list of housewives that Andy not necessarily hates, but I always thought that he felt like if she's there, she's there. She's not, she's not. That makes sense. Like to me, I feel like with Candace, I feel like Andy does not like Candace. But I feel like with Wendy, he was indifferent with her. If she's there, she's there. She's not, she's not. I definitely think he liked her more than Candace. Yes. I don't think he likes Candace. I don't think he likes Kenya. Right? I don't think he likes Jennifer Aiden. I think he loves Giselle. I think he loves Portia. I think he loves Phaedra. I think he loves Karen. He loves Giselle. I think he likes Ashley. But Wendy, I never took him as Wendy as someone who he adored or, you know. Come on, let's talk about it. As y'all can already see the people I named who he don't like and the ones he do like, okay? Um, I wanted to talk about Dr. Wendy. And I actually was gonna leave it alone. But y'all know how I can get sometimes. I was like, I was not surprised at the amount of hate that Dr. Wendy has received. Because in my head, people grew to, and I said this the other night, people grew to tolerate Wendy. They never liked Wendy. Then I think eventually they just was like, if she's there, she's there. But I think this was one of the things that the people who hate Wendy needed to kind of, and I get it because you don't like her. Um, I do think it's a little bit weird how people are going back and changing up things that they say happened on the show or painting a different picture of who Wendy is. Listen, the jokes are going to be there because everybody knows I love Dr. Wendy, but I'm not going to skip over a joke if I can make one as it pertains to Dr. Wendy and her being Joanne Prada. I'm going to put my clips in, girl. I'm going to make my jokes and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. She ain't above being joked on. Okay? Please don't ever get it twisted. I came down here the day we found out and I did my video. I had my clips in my video because my brain was working overtime. I came back down here with the, that night when we went live. Came back with the review and made my joke. So we're going to make the jokes. I don't understand how people are purposely getting online and just outright lying. Just like outright telling lies or changing up what we saw in order to push whatever you want to push about Dr. Wendy. People thinking that Wendy thought too highly of herself. That might be true, but tell me one housewife who doesn't think highly of themselves. So if a bitch walking around here with 4 degrees, of course she's going to think highly of herself, wouldn't you? And again, in the housewife world, tell me what woman doesn't think highly of herself. Tell me what housewife is not bragging about themselves. We literally started watching the housewives to see these women who live in their own reality, in their own world. Now we know that some of the girls were broke. We know some of the girls were robbing Peter to pay Paul. But that was the whole premise of the Housewives show from the beginning, is to see these women who kind of lived in their own reality. They lived behind the gates. So to have a problem that Wendy has now come onto a show and she thinks too highly of herself. Someone with 4 degrees on a show where most of the women think highly of themselves is absolutely insane. Now, what she did, if she did it, but who isn't pretentious on the show? You're like, what show are y'all watching? Love and Hip Hop? I mean, kinda, yeah. We could literally go through each city and name women who are pretentious, name women who think too highly of themselves, name women who think they're braggadocious. But for the most part, the majority of the women on these shows are exactly what y'all say that Dr. Wendy is. The majority of the women on these shows, they are exactly who y'all say that Dr. Wendy is. So what exactly is the problem? That can't be the problem. Not when you're watching bitches like Sutton and Heather Dubrow and Shannon and Karen and Alexia and Lisa. Girl, that can't really be the problem. The problem is y'all want the women to be relatable, and they're not supposed to be relatable. They're supposed to be the women who have attained things that the average woman doesn't have. And thank you, Erica De Niro TV. And I think that what has happened with Bravo, it has now become too relatable. It's come too relatable to the point where people get offended when they see the rich living rich, when they see the people wearing things that they probably can't wear. I know that the show has changed. It's changed. But the reason why I feel like people are upset is because they want to be able to relate to these women. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I think that's why so many people love Robin. Yes, Robin was down to earth, but Robin really lived like probably worse than some of the people watching the show. So if Robin can be on the show, then I can be on the show. I think that's why a lot of people like Sweet Tea. Because if Sweet Tea can make it to Married to Medicine, then I can make it to Married to Medicine. No, people loved Robin. I remember even saying, "Oh my God, Robin seems cool." I remember a lot of people, if they didn't necessarily love Robin, but I don't remember a lot of people disliking Robin when she first got on the show. Robin was cool to a lot of people. She was. I don't remember people disliking Robin. Not from the beginning. Um, I think that when it comes to Dr. Wendy, I do believe that a lot of people have tried to rewrite how she shows up on this show. The way that people are reacting to her allegedly being caught up in insurance fraud, you would have thought that she was out here scamming old folk or scamming burn victims, widows, and orphans. Be very clear. Erica Jane was connected to one of the biggest scammers in Beverly Hills. And not one time did she skip a beat or miss an episode on Beverly Hills. Jen Shaw was caught up. Phaedra's ex-husband, Apollo, was caught up. But the difference between those is Wendy wasn't out here scamming your grandmama and your granddaddy. That's what Jan Shaw was doing. Wendy hasn't hurt anybody except for the people in her life. The only people that Wendy has hurt is her family. But to act as if Wendy was out here just on some, oh my God, she's horrible. I can't believe this. This is a mess. I remember when the white guy murdered the CEO of an insurance company. I remember the majority of the comments were in his favor. And that man murdered someone on the street. And people jumped for joy because they felt as though the insurance companies get over people. That man murdered someone in the middle of the fucking street. And the majority of the comments were in support of Luigi. That's how y'all are acting that Dr. Wendy did. What she did was stupid, allegedly. What she did was dumb as hell, allegedly. What she did was asinine. What she did was ludicrous. What she did, I don't think a lot of people thought. But girl, trying to wrap her in with the murderers and the girls who scam old people, that's a lie. I think that people are now trying to act as if because they didn't like Wendy, that her being caught up in some shit, it validates their reasons for not liking Wendy. Let me be very clear. And I don't know any other way to say this, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Everyone who is online acting as if that was the reason why you knew you didn't like Wendy is a bona fide liar. I have never seen any comment from anybody online and YouTube videos, YouTubers, podcasters, who ever thought that Wendy was over there doing insurance fraud. I have never, ever, ever, ever seen one comment. So to act as if that was the reason that you didn't like Dr. Wendy when that didn't even cross your mind is a lie. You ain't never thought Dr. Wendy was over there, girl, committing insurance fraud. Just say you don't like the bitch, girl. Wendy ain't did nothing. I have never seen one YouTuber. I've never seen a podcaster. I've never seen one comment, even from the person who hates Dr. Wendy the most, who ever insinuated or thought that Dr. Wendy was doing insurance fraud. Girl, y'all lying. Girl, y'all are lying. We had questions about Jen Shaw. You see what I'm saying? We had questions about Apollo and how he was spending $5,000 to $8,000 at the strip club. We even had questions about Drew and why Drew needed all those assistants in her home. We have had questions about some of the housewives and why they live a certain life. But nobody has ever. We have had questions about Dorit and PK. Can we just be for real, y'all? But to get online and say, I knew it was something about her, that's what it was. No, that's not what it was. That's not what it was. Because y'all ain't never, ever, 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 ever questioned Wendy and Eddie's lifestyle. Because it really, in the grand scheme of things, it really wasn't nothing to question. I have heard people talk about OSU. I have heard people talk about their student debt. I have heard people talk about certain things, but I've never heard people say that they were scammers. Yes, I'll even go with that. I'll even go with that. We thought she was an elitist, insecure broad, not a scammer. That's all I'm saying. Those things are true. Did people think that she was an elitist? Yes. Did people think that she was classist? Yes. Did people think that she was pretentious? Yes. But y'all ain't never thought Wendy was a scammer. Girl, stop. You got Ray Huger over there scamming on his taxes. And Giselle made a whole t-shirt about scamming on his taxes. And ain't nobody even get that upset at Ray. Do I need to repeat it again? I remember Giselle wearing a t-shirt about Ray Huger and his taxes. And I remember Karen trying to distance herself from Ray and his taxes. Miss Thing came back wearing jumpsuits and had went and bought a brand new Jaguar, I believe. Do I need to repeat myself again? I remember Giselle wearing a t-shirt about Ray being a scammer in his taxes. Are we going to talk about it? Are we going to talk about it? Are we going to forget? Wendy positioned herself as a spokesperson in the face of the Black community. Then she turned around and fell into the stereotypes. Wendy is a bird. Thank you, Isma. I remember Robin and Karen sitting down at lunch, and Robin and Karen told Robin, in order to own millions, you got to make millions. In order to own millions, you got to make millions. Giselle and Pastor Holy Whore didn't pay their taxes either. God don't like ugly. Thank you, make it make sense. And Karen came in talking about how her husband was a black Bill Gates. Just for her to turn around and have to pay his tax bills and then tell us that she want her goddamn money back. Hey! Oh, wait! Not paying taxes is not necessarily scamming, but it could be looked as a form of scamming if you're trying to get over the system. Let me say that again. Not paying your taxes is not necessarily scamming. However, it could be looked at scamming depending if you're trying to get over the system. Be very clear. Because some of the celebrities went to jail for not paying their taxes. Isn't that what Lauryn Hill went to jail for? I can't recall. I think that people trying to paint Dr. Wendy as this nasty, vile human being is a lie. I can guarantee you You cannot come up with 3 times, probably not even one, where Wendy has just been nasty and disrespectful to someone without cause. Wendy hasn't done nearly half of the things that these girls have done on this show. Y'all can give me some examples. Maybe I forgot because we watch a lot of reality TV over here. People didn't like that Wendy came in running down her resume and it made them feel insecure because their resumes didn't match. Mine doesn't match Dr. Wendy's either, but I never was intimidated that Dr. Wendy had her resume. Dr. Wendy came onto this show and ran down her resume, and the viewers did not like it. They didn't like that Dr. Wendy threw her degrees in Ashley's face. They didn't like that Dr. Wendy told um, Ashley, it's Dr. Wendy, sweetie. Wendy coming in, letting us know about her background is what the girls normally do on the show. I didn't see a problem with it. And why would you have a problem with someone who's letting everybody know she has 4 degrees? Yeah, to a certain degree, it doesn't matter on this show. I meant Wesley Snipes, LOL Wesley Pipes. Thank you, Tweety 1226. Um, yeah, at a certain extent, it doesn't matter about your education on the Housewives. It doesn't matter, right? But to be upset because you feel as though that's what she bragged about too much, girl, that sounds absolutely insane. I think that people are not telling the truth. Matter of fact, I know for a fact people are not telling the truth about how Wendy showed up on this show. People are saying online that Wendy showed up on this show and she was just this teacher of teachers. And then after she got her body done, she became a bird. When she got on the show, it was all about professor and she was smart. And then after she got her body done, she just became dumb and stupid. That is a lie from the pits of hell. Wendy did not change when she got her body done. Did she change? Did her dressing become sexier? Yes. Did she start showing more of her body? Yes. But to say that she changed, that is a bona fide lie. One, let's just call a thing a thing. The majority, not everyone, but the majority of people who lay on a table and get their body done, they usually start to dress a certain way after their body is done. It's like a fat person losing weight and them still walking around here in loose fitting clothes. For the most part, when people start to get BBLs and liposuction and tummy tucks and titties, their dressing usually changes for the most part. And they probably dress a little bit more revealing than what they dressed before. Wendy had just had a baby prior to her starting the show. Wendy getting her body done did not change up who she was. The fact of the matter is, Wendy was in a lose lose situation. Because if Wendy continues to talk about her 4 degrees, the group is going to feel some type of way about it. And also, the viewers are going to feel some type of way about it. I want people to stop pretending that you really give a damn about Wendy talking about academia in this group setting, because you don't. You don't want her to. If she talks about her 4 degrees, she's doing too much. If she doesn't talk about something that may stimulate the mind, then all of a sudden she's a bird. But can we just talk about something? When it's time to talk about things that stimulate the mind, like colorism, baby, y'all have a fucking heart attack. Even if you don't necessarily believe that colorism is on the show. When there's time to have those conversations, when Dr. Wendy wants to put those degrees to use, girl, y'all heads start to fucking spin. So do y'all really want to have these stimulating conversations? Or are y'all just saying y'all want Dr. Wendy? Girl, y'all not telling the truth. So Dr. Wendy doesn't talk about things like that on the show. Then y'all say she changed up after she got her body done. No, she didn't. Dr. Wendy was still a professor up until last year. Why are y'all acting like Wendy got a BBL and then went and quit her job? Why are y'all acting like Wendy got her titties done and quit her job? No, she just stopped talking about her education on that show. Wendy was still a political commentator. Why are y'all acting like Wendy got a BBL and stopped debating over politics? Wendy was still down to Fox News. She was still down to MSNBC. Y'all are lying on the internet. That's exactly what it is. Why are y'all acting like Wendy got a BBL and stopped doing Zoom calls and all types of, like, why are y'all acting like that? Wendy was just at the White House last season meeting up with the press secretary. I'm sorry, the cast was hating. Neck was mad because Jamal probably likes a snatched dark skin and Wendy triggered her. Thank you, Isma. Wendy was just at the White House last season and she invited Karen along, meeting with the press secretary. So again, why are y'all acting as if when Wendy got a BBL, she just let all things fall to the side? It's not the truth. Wendy even interviewed the press secretary. What are y'all talking about? Why are y'all acting as if when Wendy got a BBL and her titties done and her fillers, that all of a sudden she just completely changed? No. She stopped talking about her education on this show because the niggas were hating and the white people didn't like it. That's why she stopped talking about education on the show. That's why she stopped bringing up her degrees on the show, because it was a group of hating ass niggas and some pissed off white folk. Can we just put it out on the table tonight? Can we just go ahead and put it on the table tonight? But what she did not stop. Be very clear. Be very clear. Wendy just quit her job as a professor last season. So again, why are we acting like when Wendy got a BBL and her titties done, that all of a sudden she just became this video vixen bird? No, that's what y'all want it. Yeah, this is what y'all wanted it to be. But that's not what it was. That was nowhere near the truth. But again, as long as people can change it up and push whatever lies they want to push, they're okay with it. Y'all got mad when Wendy talked about her 4 degrees, and then got mad when she stopped talking about the 4 degrees. What do y'all want? Did y'all want her to talk about the 4 degrees, or did y'all not want her to talk about the 4 degrees? When she stopped, she was a bird. When she was doing it, she thought she was better than everybody. Girl. Mia was allowed to be the self-proclaimed boss. Thank you, Isma. Mia walked around here, girl, I think her first 2 seasons screaming she was a boss, I'm 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 a boss. Just for her to get shut out the company, just for her to get shut out the company, she said that she was running. All I'm saying is this, y'all. Excuse me, sorry. Girl, critique the heifer. What she did was dumb as fuck. I know she's embarrassed, allegedly. But at least, like, don't lie. Don't lie. And if they wanted to keep her the same energy she came in during her first season, who was she supposed to have the conversation with? Thank you. That's another thing too. And if Wendy wanted to have these deep conversations, then who was she gonna have it with? Karen, Giselle, Robin, Ashley. The only person she could probably have some type of conversation like that y'all probably wanted her to have was probably with Candace, and y'all didn't like them. So y'all wouldn't care what the fuck they was talking about anyways. Can we just be for real, y'all? Can we just be for real? Who? Who would she have the conversation with? Mia? Listen, that's all I got to say. Like I said, it is what it is. But I was just sitting over here like, girl, it's too many people online just outright telling lies. Just outright telling lies. Like just telling lies. Just telling lies. Oh, Robin was right about Wendy. Right about what? Oh, Robin was right when she said that Wendy changed. Changed from what? No, y'all, no. When I was talking about my 4 degrees, y'all didn't like it. Now that I'm not talking about my 4 degrees, now all of a sudden Robin is right. Oh, you got your body changed. You got your body done and you changed. No, I didn't change. I just don't talk to I just don't talk about shit that I would talk about with other people with y'all. Clock that T. I didn't change. I just don't talk about the things that I may talk about with April Ryan. I might not just talk about the things that I might talk about with the other girls and boys on the other side of town with y'all because y'all not those type of girls. So yeah, I don't talk about certain things because why? Even when Wendy tries to explain to people about her culture, people still act as if they don't understand. You have had Eddie, Wendy, NECA, and I even think NECA's husband all tell us that being Nigerian, there are 3 things that you're going to be: a doctor, a lawyer, or was it an engineer? Or a doctor or a lawyer. You didn't have a choice. But when Wendy tells y'all that, y'all skip right over it. And then it goes into, oh girl, she don't know what she want to do. Wendy probably knows what she wants to do. She just never had a choice in the matter. Baby, do y'all listen to these people when they tell y'all what's going on? It does make sense that Wendy started selling candles. It did make sense when Wendy started venturing out doing other things because the things that she had to do, they made her do it. But when they tell us these things, the people don't listen. Now again, don't get it twisted. The jokes will continue. And I'm sure the dragging will continue with Dr. Wendy. Because if it was anybody else, we would definitely be doing it. My whole point is, baby, it's too many of y'all on the internet lying. Just outright telling lies. Just outright telling lies. Just outright just telling lies. Like so comfortable telling lies where I'll be like, girl, I'm so scared of y'all. It's one thing to forget what happened season 3. It's one thing to forget what even happened season 9. It's one thing to forget. But some people will just outright lie. And I feel like those type of people are kind of scary. Because you're lying just to kind of push whatever you want to push. And you know it's a lie. But you don't care. And that's weird to me. I don't think this makes Eddie and Wendy bad people at all. I think it makes them look foolish. I think that it makes them look stupid. I think it makes, I know they're probably embarrassed. I know they're probably ashamed. But I wouldn't paint Wendy and Eddie as these horrible people. A horrible person is someone who falsely accuses somebody of rape. That's a horrible person. A horrible person is someone who paints a picture that someone's husband tried to lure them in a hotel room because their glam squad was gone. A horrible person is someone who falsely accuses somebody of sexual assault. A horrible person is someone who goes around and tells a lie and says that girl, they were going to take you back to a sex dungeon. A horrible person scams old people, Jen Shaw. A horrible person scams burn victims, widows, and orphans. Hey, Tom Girardi. A horrible person is Michael Darby, who walks around here and sexually assaults men on camera. A horrible person is people who cover up those lies. Wendy is foolish. She tried to get over the system. But Wendy ain't did nothing like the other girls and boys done did to housewives. Please don't ever get it twisted. Wendy tried to scam the system. She tried to fuck over the system, allegedly. But she ain't never did no shit like the other girls and boys done did. And them the motherfuckers who y'all absolutely go up for. Well, I kind of go up, I kind of went up for Ashley a little bit. So I guess I gotta put myself in there too. But y'all get what I'm trying to say? Y'all get what I'm trying to say? Wendy needs to be held accountable. Girl, accountable for what? Bitch, she ain't did shit to you. Girl. Girl, if anybody is gonna hold her accountable, it's gonna be her mama and her kids and her sister. The Osefos have damaged their reputation. Maybe not for long, but as of right now, I'll say that it's definitely stained. But I think it's stained just for the simple fact that a lot of people already didn't like Wendy anyways. So this is all they needed. If we can forgive Karen, and Miss Thing was out here driving through a residential neighborhood and could have literally killed someone, knocking over signs in a residential neighborhood, and not only had one, not two, not three, but 4 alcohol related offenses, then y'all can get over the shit that Miss Wendy and Mr. Eddie did. If y'all can get over the fact that Shannon from the Real Housewives of Orange County drove her fucking car into someone's home After y'all have called that lady an alcoholic for years. Let me say it again. If y'all can get over Shannon driving her car into somebody's fucking house, y'all had Todd Chrisley and Julie Chrisley scamming. And Candy Burris, from what they say, correct me if I'm wrong, wrote a letter on his behalf to get him out of prison, then turned around and interviewed him and called him her friend. Girl, if y'all don't get the fuck out of my face, if y'all don't get the fuck out of my face, bitch, it's the hypocrisy for me. It is moving the line for me. Bitch. And mind you, y'all said y'all didn't care because y'all love the Chrisleys. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You know how many people are online saying that they didn't even give a damn because we love Todd. Girl, y'all. That's why I just be. I don't even want to talk about it no more. Girl, I'm done. Girl, let's move on. Cause girl, let's move on, girl. Let's just move on. Cause baby, one thing about it, two things for sure, baby. One thing I can do is put the shit on the motherfucking table. Okay. One thing I can do is put the shit on the table. Again, I don't give a fuck what you think about Dr. Wendy. Girl, it is what it is. I don't know that lady. I ain't got that lady's telephone number. I ain't never emailed her. Nothing. The same people that lie on their taxes are living at Wendy, baby. Girl. I would, girl. Martha Stewart got out of jail and got a new career. Hello? Got a show with Snoop Dogg and the niggas love her. I'm not saying that Dr. Wendy might not go to jail. It is what it is. Girl. I don't know. If she goes, she goes. She don't, she don't. I hope she don't. But I mean, girl, she goes. It is what it is. But for people to paint this picture that Dr. Wendy is just this mean-spirited, horrible person who got what she deserved because, she bragged about her 4 degrees. Because she walked around here pretentious. Because she walked around here high and mighty. Well, girl, all those bitches on Housewives walk around here pretentious. All of them walk around here high and mighty. Girl, Karen had the nerve to come down to the show last year and say right on camera that I will be vindicated. And y'all better watch how you handle me. That's what Karen Huger said right down to the Real Housewives of Potomac season 9. She told them bitches, y'all better watch how y'all handle me and I will be vindicated. Just for that footage to come out. So this whole thing about the girls not acting all high and mighty, they all act high and mighty. They all think that they're bigger than the program. They all think they're bigger than the law. Wendy and Eddie scamming the system and badly added does not absolve the audience of their colorism. There's always it's a natural push to make Wendy uniquely insufferable when she's the kindest on RHOP. She really is. That's what I'm saying. When half of the shit they say, because the same people that want Luigi to get out mad at Wendy for getting over on insurance catch that. That's the gag. You know how many people were literally Luigi's champion for murdering somebody before the sun came up in New York City. You know how many people were putting money, I think, on his GoFundMe just for people to turn around and act like Wendy done did something. Girl, what? Y'all, I'd be so confused. You stand up for the murderer who murders somebody in broad daylight, and you are a champion because you feel like the insurance companies get over. Wendy is stupid and she scams the insurance company allegedly. And girl, she's the worst thing that has girl. I can't make this shit up. Listen, the system robs us every day. If you can do it, then just be smart. Just be smart about it. They say it affects us because they raise the rates because of people like Wendy. They were going to raise the rates regardless. Girl, thank you, Resney. It doesn't make sense, and it just goes to show that people are fickle and people will change. I have always said this. People will change their opinion based off of whether they like you or not. If they like you, they will give you a pass. If they don't like you, it's off with your motherfucking head. Even if they just defended something similar or even worse. If they don't like you, it's off with your motherfucking head. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on, y'all. We've been talking about Dr. Wendy for too goddamn long. Let's go ahead and talk about Braxton Family No Values. So, for those who don't know, there's a show. There's a show called The Braxtons. And I don't feel like going through the whole. Y'all already know what's going on with The Braxtons, girl. Well, Trina came out the other day. Like, didn't we just witness a loyal policyholders in California get shafted? The insurance companies make up rules as they go. Um, so Trina Braxton says she wishes the people her niece Ashley accused of inappropriate behavior was still here to tell their side of the story. They're no longer with us. That's not always fair. Trina, so just a quick rundown. Long story short, Trina has a niece named Ashley. At the time, Ashley now is like 33, I believe, 33, 34. At the time she was 16. Trina was married to her then husband. They later got a divorce, not after the incident, but later on they got a divorce. He has now passed away. He had cancer. When Ashley was 16, her then husband Gabe, there were some inappropriate text messages found between Gabe and Ashley. Um, yeah, that's really just what happened. So now the storyline on the Braxtons is Ashley basically came out probably like a year ago, I believe. I don't know, less than a year ago, some recently, I guess. I can't remember. And she basically did a TikTok and she was telling the story of her aunt who she still doesn't speak to this day. Um and her aunt's husband. And she told the story again. Gabe was texting her. Um, Trina found, I mean, Ashley's stepmother found out. She went through her phone and found the messages. And then that's how everybody else found out. She said Trina did come to her and tell her she was sorry, gave her a hug. But she said eventually it got to the point where Trina stopped talking to her. So now the new season is basically that. No one knew who the husband and wife was. Um, I kind of always thought it was Trina and Gabe based off of the things that Ashley said. It was confirmed on the first episode through Trina and Tawanda that it actually was Trina and Gabe. So let's just listen to what Trina had to say about the mess. This is just like a minute long, y'all, so it's not that long. Oh, shoot. Girl, I just put it up to my thing. Let me know if y'all can hear this.
Forget what I decided the public says, for real. Okay, I'm going to say this. I cannot negate anyone's feelings in any way, shape, or form. And I will say this. I think that you can never put a time limit on someone's feelings, their emotions, or even their version of what the truth may be to them. But I do wish that the people that were spoken about were able to tell their own version of their story, of their truth, because they're no longer with us. Yeah, because they're dead. And that's not always fair. That's not always fair. And people have to talk about things when they're ready to talk about them. And yes, you guys are loud, Caleb. You're loud as hell out there. But I can't disregard anybody's feelings. I said what I said. Mm-hmm. Everybody's entitled, and T-Can, I'm a Braxton follower, period. They shouldn't watch y'all if they want to hate or be negative. Well, you know what? But even in that vein, people have a right to their opinion. Sometimes people watch just so they can. Keep it for real.
I love the Braxton show. I do. She fake as her Canadian accent. The text messages from his grown ass was his side. That should have been the cause of divorce. I love the Braxton show because I think that it is probably the realest reality show. And I think that it makes a lot of people look into the mirror or even think about probably things that have happened in their family. Could be triggering for a lot of people. Let me say that. But I absolutely love the show. Um, I think it's weird that Trina, your husband at the time, was trying to fuck your 16-year-old niece. That's the story. Even if Ashley was a grown ass woman, it still doesn't take away from the fact that your husband tried to fuck on your niece. Y'all want to, it's already disrespectful as fuck to be cheated on anyways. But do you know how much a person does not give a fuck about you? Not even to go out to the strip club and fuck a hoe. Not even to go fuck some bitch that they met at the mall. But girl, he's literally trying to keep it in the family. And then you get on the internet and basically say that you wish they were here to tell their side of the story. I think that's some nasty work. I think that's some nasty work. I do. I think that is nasty. I think that is nasty. But I'm not surprised because look at the family that they come from. I'm not surprised. And you wonder why your niece doesn't talk to you. Because look at your response. Even to present day, Trina, you're low key still blaming your niece over your trifling ass ex husband's behavior. Because don't get it twisted, it just wasn't the niece he was trying to fuck up on. Remember, he was having inappropriate conversations with somebody via AOL, or whatever it was. Gabe was a creep. And he preyed on your 16-year-old niece. And you have the nerve to get your black ass down to the internet with your current husband sitting beside you, low key taking up for Gabe. And then y'all wonder why I'm not trying to take up for Tamar, because Tamar is still a hot ass mess. But then y'all wonder why Tamar walks around here fucked up the way that she's fucked up. Because Tamar was violated, actually. I think it got to the point where it was past. It wasn't just messages. And I remember, and y'all go back and watch my video, and I still stand on this. I remember they were shooting the show Iyanla Fix My Life. And I think that from what they say, Iyanla brought it up and Tamar didn't want to discuss it. I don't know. They never really showed it. From what they say, Iyanla brought it up and Tamar didn't want to discuss it, and Tamar started spazzing out and acting a fool. And I remember Iyanla basically telling them, ain't nobody gonna check this behavior. Do y'all remember that? And then Miss Evelyn finally was like, hey. And then Trina was about to say something, and then she said, she like snapped her fingers and like did something to Trina. She said, okay, mommy. And I remember saying, and I still stand on this to this day, if I was touched as a child, and from what the people say, allegedly it happened by numerous people in their family with Tamar. If I was touched as a child and I told y'all or whomever it was that I don't want to talk about it, and then y'all get mad at me for having an attitude, mama, daddy, uncle, sisters included, I would have told everybody to kiss my ass, fuck y'all. Because at the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna put their hands on me because I'm grown. Do you know how disrespectful and traumatizing it is to tell somebody who's been through something traumatic as a child because they're acting out? They're telling you you need to check her. Girl, if y'all don't kiss my motherfucking ass. And that's just what that's what it would be. That's what it would be. Because I'm a grown ass woman with a husband and kids. Who gonna touch me in here? Because ain't nobody gonna put their hands on me. And if I told y'all I don't want to talk about what I don't want to talk about, then I don't want to fucking talk about it. And I don't give a fuck who feel a way about it. And then y'all wonder why this family walks around here low-key fucked up. Look how y'all did y'all sister. Look how y'all did y'all sister. Look how y'all did y'all daughter. Tamar came down to the TV and told us that she told y'all. And nobody did anything to help her. That's what she said on the last episode. Tamar said that. Tamar said she went to her family and told her family, and they didn't do anything to protect her. Even for Tawanda to change the narrative to "you're a victim," their mother did a number on them: sweep it under the rug, stay skinny, and see. Bitch, okay, baby. Their mother did a number on them: sweep it under the rug, stay skinny, and sing it away, baby. Okay, bitch. Okay, like then y'all wonder why Tamar act the way she acts. Now Tamar is a mess, but what I'm saying is it stems from somewhere. Tamar is a mess. She is. But it sounds like the Braxtons is one of those families, whether it's black or white or Hispanic. I love my mother down, but we would be rolling on the ground if she did me like that. And yes, I learned how to cuss and stand up for myself from her. That's what I'm saying. That's what I don't know, girl. And you know what's so crazy? I grew up in the country, the South. You know, we raised to just respect the elders and all that stuff. Girl, I wish. No, I don't wish. No, I don't wish. I don't. No. I'm glad that's not me. But if I was in a position where something happened to me when I was a child, and I had people around me doing the shit they did to Tamar, baby, I swear to God, they will never see my face again. And I mean that. Y'all better ask about me, baby. Okay. Never again. Never. Girl, y'all won't have two words to say to me. But because one thing I can do, which is not a good thing, baby, I can hold a grudge. Baby, I will act like you don't even exist. Not over no traumatizing shit like that. And y'all supposed to be my family? This ain't just no, oh girl, you mistreated me as a child when I wanted to do certain things. This is some deep shit. We're talking about your child being touched. And because Miss Evelyn is that woman who wants to paint the picture perfect family, even though they're on reality TV, that wall was already crumbling, girl, from the get-go. But it's definitely just like, girl, baby, we're on the last two rows of that brick wall. You got the brother over there who's allegedly abusive, from what Ashley said. I think to her mother or to his ex-wife or somebody. That's why he sent her a cease and desist. So Michael is allegedly abusive and knock a bitch head between a washer and a dryer. Then you got Ashley, who was preyed on by her by her uncle-in-law. Then you got Tamar, who, from what they say, was touched by someone on her mother's side and her father's side. Girl, that's some deep shit. And then you have Trina coming out low-key defending a nigga who did you dirty multiple times. Talking about you, he should be able to tell his side of the story. Girl, what? His side of the story? Girl, you know his side of the motherfucking story. He tried to fuck your niece. What the fuck? Like, what are we talking about? That's the side of the story. Like, that's the side of the story. That's the side, baby. Baby, that's the side of the story. What are we talking about? That's the side. That's some nasty work to me. Ashley's parents are Michael. Michael, y'all, if y'all don't watch the Braxtons, then y'all probably not gonna know Michael. Michael only made like a few appearances on the show. He's not on the show really pretty much at all, basically. But Michael is Ashley's father. But he's not really in the limelight like that at all. Tamar would always drag the men, especially Gabe. She would look disgusted, and Trina and the sisters would get mad defensive. Now we know the context. Yes, that is true. Tamar would always drag the men, especially Gabe. She would look disgusted. Yep. I remember seeing a clip. Thank you, Isma. I remember seeing a clip where Tamar was dragging Andre in front of Tawanda, and Tawanda got pissed off because she was basically saying Andre basically was a lazy, ain't shit nigga who don't take care of his kids, and he not a good father. Remember when Tamar brought Tawanda a call? Remember when Tamar brought Tawanda a call, and I think she was pissed off because Andrew or Andre, whatever the nigga name was, I think he was driving it, and she got pissed off. Bitch, I'm the same way, baby. That would have been, baby. Let me tell you something, baby. Let me tell you something. Tamar trying to help y'all out because, girl, she got access to the money for fucking Vince. I'm trying to help y'all out. You got a nigga who ain't got no job driving a car about you. Now it's your car. It's your car. Now let me say something. I know it's not right. I know it's not right. You can't buy somebody a car and tell them what to do with it. But baby, if I looked up and the nigga who ain't got no job was driving a car that I purchased you, baby, I would be livid. If I looked up, yes, it's your car. Yes, you can do what you want to do with your car. I know it's not right because if it was any, but a nigga, girl, a nigga who ain't got, girl, I done bought you a car and the nigga is driving it, bitch. I would have something to say too. I would have something to say. I would have something to say. Girl, you got a nigga. The nigga who couldn't even get you a car. Driving a car that I got you. Girl, we would have been fussing too. Yeah, we would have been arguing right on camera. Me and my sister. You got the game fucked up. I bought you that car for you and my nieces and nephews. Girl, not for that nigga to be driving it. I don't give a fuck that is. I don't give a fuck if that is your husband. I don't give a fuck if that is your husband. It's not right. It's not, because that's her car. But I'm sorry. I would have switched up real fast as soon as I found out that unemployed, homeless ass girl, unemployed bum was driving the shit that I done bought you. Bitch, I would have been pissed. I would have. I don't give a damn. 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 I would have been upset. Baby. Yes. And another thing too, y'all, Ashley, girl, another thing too, when I tell you that family is a whole fucking mess, if I don't know if y'all know this, Ashley also essayed her sister who passed away. Did y'all hear what the fuck I just said? And that's not alleged. Ashley came out and said that out of her own mouth. Ashley said out of her mouth that she touched her sister. I think that was the one who passed away. Baby, I'm gonna say that. I'm telling y'all, baby. Baby, I'm telling y'all, baby. It's a lot that be going on with the Braxtons, baby. Girl, yes, y'all heard what the fuck I said. Y'all heard the fuck I said. Yes, Ashley said out of her own mouth. Yes, Ashley said out of her mouth. Yes, yeah. You see, y'all don't know this. Yes. Ashley said in an interview, it's on YouTube, y'all. I'm not making this up. Y'all know I won't even say no shit like that. Ashley said, this is not alleged. Ashley said out of her own mouth that she touched her sister. Now y'all know Andre had to stay home with the kids while Tawanda ran behind Tony. Yes, I'm gonna try to find the clip, but it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. I heard Ashley say that out of her own fucking mouth. Yes. Like it's so much shit going on in that family. It is absolutely insane. It is so much shit going on with that family. It is insane. It is. Ashley said that, y'all. I'm gonna try to find, because Ashley was already doing like interviews here and there. Nobody really paid attention to Ashley for whatever reason. When she did that TikTok, it kind of like spread like a wildfire. But there were already interviews and videos out there of Ashley talking, and she said that. Mm-hmm. Ain't that a mess? Ain't that a mess? It's real deep with them. It's real deep with them Braxtons, baby. It's real deep. And it's so crazy how like it just goes to show how like we're just kind of like taught to just sweep stuff under the rug and act like it didn't happen. And that's pretty much what, not to bring everybody else's family into it, but that's pretty much what they've been doing. All this stuff is happening within this family and they just sweep it under the rug. Act like it ain't even happened. And then y'all wonder why people walking around here fucked up. I'm watching from the beginning, and Wendy must be one of the cousins because Rodney is out here windmilling for the Professor Swindler. No, I love Dr. Wendy. Listen. I love Dr. Wendy. Everybody knows I love Dr. Wendy. And I'm not mad. Girl, we're going to keep talking about Dr. Wendy. We're going to drag Dr. Wendy. We're going to tug on her wig. We're going to make jokes. But I just saw a lot of nonsense happening online. I was like, yeah, of course, because I like her, I was like, y'all not even being fair. Like, it's one thing if y'all were telling the truth and even dragging in the truth. You see what I'm saying? Because you can drag and it still be the truth. But like the girls are dragging based off of lies. I'm like, girl, y'all not even telling the truth and y'all dragging. Like when I come down here and I talk about Portia and Shamia and Phaedra, girl, I'm talking about the stuff that's done happened. And then the things that we can put together, like, oh, girl, you know that you think that probably happened too? But I'm just not out. I'm just not down her line on Phaedra and Portia and Shamia. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like all my stuff is based off of the stuff that has popped up on this scene, on the show, stuff that people have said, but I'm just not creating these lies because I don't like Phaedra just to stick it to Phaedra. Girl, I ain't got to. I could go a lot of shit that we done seen on the show. You know? But that's all, girl. That's all. But it's Wendy gonna get her wig tugged on like anybody would get their wig tugged on. Because you best to believe if it was somebody who I didn't like, I would be tugging too. Girl, like, y'all know I would be tugging. But it is what it is. Mhm. But anyways, child, baby. Mm-mm. All right, y'all. Is that all? Is that's all I really wanted to talk about? I want to be on here all night, girl. We got 8 more minutes. I'm getting off here at 10:30. An hour and a half. Then I'm done. People hated Wendy from the beginning. Now they have a reason to justify why they hated her. That's all it's about. I don't like her, right? And you dislike her for whatever reason. But now this is why I didn't see. This is why I didn't like her. That's what the people doing. See, this is why I didn't like her. I knew I didn't like her for a reason. And this is why I didn't like her. Because she was scam, because she's a scammer. Listen, girl, we was on her 5 hours the other night. Cousin Rodney, I'm late. What what are y'all sisters up to today? Ashley talking all crazy. The people say it be your faves, girl. You know what's so crazy? I was gonna talk about that in another video because I saw Ashley kind of sticking it to Wendy. I'm not. Can I say, girl? Believe it or not, I'm not mad at girl. I'm not saying this because I got a soft spot for Ashley. I'm not mad at Ashley doing what she is doing because it's expected. Does that make sense? What I'm saying? I was going to talk about that in another video about Ashley making those comments about Wendy. It's expected from Ashley. We were just talking about who we thought were gonna who was gonna be the person to come for Wendy next season if Wendy comes back. And I think we said it might be Stacey or Ashley, but we definitely said Ashley. Can we just call a thing a thing? Wendy is going to be dragged by the viewers and by the cast because they don't like her. I think they started to tolerate Wendy. I think that Ashley never just hated Wendy, but I think that she started to tolerate Wendy. But as a cast, the only person that actually liked Wendy was Candace. The other ones didn't like Wendy or they just tolerated Wendy. Be very clear. So the expectation, because in my head, they never really liked Wendy, is now that Wendy is going through something, yes, Ashley is going to go low. Because I never liked the bitch anyways. So I'm not surprised. Because I know Ashley never really cared for Wendy. And it goes to show she didn't based off of what she said. What Candace said about Wendy and what Ashley said about Wendy is night and day. You see what I'm saying? What Ashley said about Wendy was expected. What Candace said about Wendy was expected. But I'm not surprised. Oh, excuse me. Oh, man. Just an FYI, I also have a Patreon. So for those who want to check out my Patreon, you definitely can. It's Rodney the Voice One. For the members that are already there, I really do appreciate your support. I will have another video up probably tomorrow. We're going to continue the conversation about Super Scent and the mess that she's going through with her son and how she replied to the comments. So yeah, we'll be continuing that conversation because one of the cousins, shout out to the cousin who left a comment and told me to hurry up and go to Super's um, Facebook page, and girl ran over and I got the screenshot. So shout out to you, cousin, for letting me know to run over that real fast. Girl, it's a mess. Super Scent, for those who don't know, I never was familiar with Super Scent, but she's like a big like makeup person. She has a crayon box like makeup kit or something like that. Yeah, funny, but based off of the comments, baby, we'll talk. We'll talk. We're gonna talk about it, baby. We're definitely gonna talk about it. But yeah, it is what it is, y'all. Is that it? You know, I be feeling bad when I. Mm. Is that it, y'all? I think I'm about to watch Sinners again. You know what I want? Girl, we have to start supporting like black horror films. We really have to. Like, I love when I see black people as vampires and like black people as witches, and I want to see black people as werewolves. I love stuff like that, and we never like. Gabor said he questions the 4 degrees. I don't. She was all in the books. That's why she committed the crime so ass backwards. Thank you, Resney497. Um, but yeah, I want to see more movies like that. I do. Like, I want to see more movies with vampires and stuff, and like superheroes. Hmm. I watched it about 10 times by now. I love I wish they would come out with a part 2. I just want them to give us more vampires, if that makes sense. I feel like it took too long to get into. I want to start seeing motherfuckers get bit. I want to see motherfuckers get bit. I want to see motherfuckers turn into vampires. And girl, I want to see the girls turn each other up. Okay, girl, yes. That's what I be wanting to see. I be wanting y'all to get down to the nitty gritty, baby. I love a backstory, but I feel like it took too long to get to the biting and the blood. Okay, but I need y'all to go ahead and get into it, baby. I wish there was a little bit more, you know. I just was just a little bit more. But yeah, I like Sinners. I never went to the theater to watch it. I just wait. You know, I'm not a big movie person. Every time I always lie and say, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the movies," and I never go. I've probably been to the movies 10 times in my life. Hello. I think the last movie I saw, and most of those times I went to see Twilight. I love Twilight. Girl, the Twilight with you know, the movie with the vampires and werewolves. Girl, me and my best friend went to the movie every time it came out. So I went to the movies for all the Twilight movies. I think the last time I went to the movies was to watch The Little Mermaid with my nieces. Girl, never again. Girl. Girl, never again. Girl, that was the last time I went to the movies was to watch The Little Mermaid. It was my fault though, girl. I waited too late. I said, baby, never again, baby. I said, never motherfucking again, baby. Mm-mm. 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 Come, girl, get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it. Girl, why could you know the other night when I got off the live, girl, why I really could have stayed on. You know, when I got off, my sister was calling me, girl. I thought something had happened. Girl. I was like, oh my God, y'all need to go. I was like, oh my God, I need to go because my sister calling me and I don't know what's going on. It was like 1:30 in the morning. Girl, when I tell I was so motherfucking pissed off, I was pissed. Girl, why she calling me to ask me, girl, what's the name of that food truck you go to? Girl, don't get the fuck off my phone, bitch. I thought somebody had died. Bitch, when I tell you I was pissed. Girl, it's 1:30. Girl, my phone ringing. My sister don't never call me at 1:30 in the morning. Do you hear me? Girl, did you watch Supercell? So Good Black Rider. Girl, my sister never called me at 1:30. So of course the first thing my mind go to is, oh my God, somebody done died. Girl, I'm like, hello? Girl, nervous as shit. It's nervous. Like, girl, somebody done died. I'm about to pass out. She like, hey, me, girl, me and Corey out, and we were trying to figure out what was that food truck that you told us about. Girl, you don't get the fuck off my phone, bitch. I thought somebody had died. I said, girl, I was live. She was like, oh, you were still live? I was like, girl, I said I was live. She was like, you were still live? She was like, I knew you were live earlier, but I didn't know you were still live. Girl, get off my phone, girl. I gotta go. Bitch, I don't think somebody done died. Girl, you calling me about a fucking food truck? Yeah. Talking about we were they went to some one of their friends had, girl, my sister hate the club, but one of her friends had a party or something, and they didn't know it was the club, and so they had went. Well, they want to go anyways, but she didn't know it was the club, so she was pissed off about the club part. And so when they left, they were stopping to get something to. Well, she was stopping to get something to eat. When I tell you, baby, I was pissed, baby. I said, "Oh, girl." When I hung up the phone so fast, girl, I told her. I was I was like, I can't remember. This is exactly what I said, girl. I said, I can't remember the name. She was like, what's the name? You can't remember? I said, I can't remember. I'm about to find it. And I was like, hold up. Whew, girl. I said, I just text message to you. I said, okay. Then I just hung up the phone, girl. And then then listen, bitch. Listen, listen. And then I called back. And then after I calmed down, girl, you know my nerves get real bad. Bitch, about 5 minutes later, I called back, talking about, girl, give me something. Okay? Girl, I'm about to come up there. Okay? Because there's a food truck right around the corner from my apartment, actually. Not really walking distance. Where's walking distance? Well, if you exercising, but not walking distance. Just to walk there. So I was like, I'm actually headed to the food truck myself. And it's so crazy because no lie, I was actually gonna go to the food truck because I know they close at 3:00. So I was gonna go there. So when she called me and she said that that's what they wanted to go to. So girl, I had to call back and say, girl, go ahead and give me some. Because I thought the line was gonna be long, but it wasn't nobody in line because usually the line is long as fuck, especially on the weekends. But she said, was nobody in line? I was like, I'm surprised because baby, that line on the weekends be girl out the fence. So girl, I was like, girl, just give me. I was like, girl, you down? Girl, go ahead and give me that pasta. Give me the pasta. I don't want none of that sauce. That sauce is too spicy. Okay, bitch. Bitch, I was livid, girl. I thought somebody had died, girl. Oh, I thought somebody had died. Girl, my nerves was so bad. Oh, my nerves was bad. You want to tell y'all do not understand how bad my nerves were? Of course, my mind gonna go to the worst thing possible. Because, girl, why are you calling me at 1:30 in the morning? Because you never call me at 1:30 in the morning. So, girl, somebody done died. Ooh. Ooh. Man, I was evil, girl. Ooh, I was so pissed off. Ooh, I was pissed. But it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, girl, what shit going on the other night when I got off live? I really could have stayed on live for a few more minutes. That's why I hurried up and got off, child. Baby, heart beating fast as hell. Heart beating fast as hell. That's what I said. Bitch, you could have texted me and asked me that. Girl, you could have texted me. Girl, what's the food truck address? Girl, let me just see you the Instagram page. Girl, you could have texted me and asked me the food truck. The fuck? Girl, people get on my nerves. That's what I be talking about. Bitch got me over here sweating and shit, heart beating fast. Sure. Piss me off. Anyways. Oh, I hate stuff like that. Oh, I hate stuff like that. You're right. Ooh, wee. Thank you. Thank you, V-Mac. Thank you so much. Baby, a mess. Anyways, y'all. I'm gone. Again, just so no one misconstrues what I said, because I know it's going to come across to some people, oh, you just saying it because you like Dr. Wendy. No, I actually go up for Dr. Wendy. I'm not saying that what Dr. Wendy has allegedly done is not stupid and foolish and dumb and just outright asinine and ludicrous. Girl, you ought to feel like a big ass dummy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Wendy shouldn't get her wig tugged on. I'm not expecting Wendy to get her wig tugged on. I'm not saying that we can't crack jokes, because, bitch, I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say, and I'm going to crack jokes like I've been doing since we found out. Girl, she going to be Bunny and baby, another bitch, girl. Girl, bitch, I got to tell you, girl, y'all, that ain't nothing, y'all. Bitch, y'all know I made a joke about her being Bunny and Clyde. Bitch, I cannot wait to tell y'all what I saw on the internet. I said, oh, Wendy, girl. Even I low-key gagged at this. Girl, I'm gonna tell y'all in different. I'm gonna tell y'all in a different video. All I'm gonna say is this. 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 Baby, you know how I put on my title, the title of my video, Bunny and Clyde? Why the day of or the day after or around the time they made the alleged fraudulent report? Because she had posted a picture and you can add music to your Instagram page. Girl, why she had Bunny and Clyde playing in the background? I said, oh. Girl, I said, oh, girl, what the fuck is you doing, sister? Yes. Girl, did y'all hear what the fuck I just said? Did y'all hear what the fuck I just said? Girl, did y'all hear what the fuck I just said? I said, oh, sister, no. Girl, what is you doing? You saw it, girl. I said, oh. That's what I said. Oh, girl. I said, girl, I can't do nothing for you. Girl, I said, girl, I can't do nothing for you. Girl, girl. I said, girl, I can't, girl, girl, I can't do nothing for you at this point, girl. You on your own. Because, bitch, you doing too much. Bitch, I can't do nothing for you, girl. You doing too much. Girl, like, literally, we gonna get into it. It was the day they shot okay, I'm not gonna say it was the day they shot the reunion, but it was the reunion of when they wore the black dresses, season 8. And it was around that time where the burglary was about to happen. They posted a picture. She posted a picture, and the music in the background was Bunny and Clyde. I said, oh, sister. I said, oh, sister. Girl, they said the burglary. I don't know. Girl, sad. Girl, they said it was a burglary, girl. At this point, girl. That's what they said. That's what they said, girl. I don't know. So I said, oh, girl. I said, I can't do nothing for you. So some shit you just can't Girl, some shit it is what it is. Like I told y'all, when I was reading that court document, and this is what I read, girl, I said, girl, you on your own, sister. When I read this part, right, this is the part that got me, baby. This is the part right here that kind of summed it up for me. Deputies obtained email records from the Osefos on April the 12th, 2024. Edward emailed the list of reportedly stolen items to Wendy. The email asked if there were additional, and I quote, additional high value items we can add to this inventory listing, i.e., Chanel shoes, etc. I'm trying to get the total to exceed $423,000, which is our policy maximum, end quote. Girl, when I read that, I said, oh, sister, you on your I said, bitch, you on your own. Bitch, when I read that part, bitch, when I read that document, I got to that last page, girl, and I saw them quotes, bitch. Girl, I said, you on your own. I don't know her. Girl, that ain't my sister. I don't know that lady. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. Girl, I ain't got nothing to do with it. Girl, I don't know nothing about that. Girl, I don't know. Girl, I said, bitch, you on your own, girl. Girl, y'all got it, girl. I don't know. Girl. Oh, I told you they were on that happy joy, more like dummy and clueless. She is 2 degrees up to be that slow. Thank you, M Love. Baby, a mess. I said, ooh, girl. That's what I said. That's what I said. Count me out, girl. So, girl, you gonna have to just, girl, it is what it is, honey. Girl, I said, girl, that's a mess. Ain't that a mess? I said, girl. It's shit like that where it's like, Wendy, Eddie, girl, we don't have the full email, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like, girl, that ain't given. Girl, I'm not gonna sit here and act like, bitch, that ain't giving Joanne Prada. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna sit here, girl. I'm sitting here reading this shit, and they talking about alleged emails. What's that old sister? What's that old sister? I feel bad for their future lawyer. Lord, I will be dragging my feet to court and will fake a cold. Baby, they're gonna have to go get, Kim Kardashian. Girl. They're gonna have to go get Puff Daddy's lawyers. That's the only way they might girl. They're gonna have to go get Puff Daddy lawyers. That's about the only way they're gonna make it up out of that, baby. They're gonna have to get some lawyers who know girl know what the fuck they doing and got a mouthpiece on them, baby. Cause I don't know how they gonna get out of this one. I don't know. Oh, there we go. They gotta go get Cardi B. Oh, there we go. They need to go get Cardi B lawyers or Megan Thee Stallions. But Cardi B's, they need to go hire Cardi B lawyers because that's about the only way they're gonna get out of this, baby. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know. Like I said, that's my girl. But girl, we're not gonna sit here and act like, bitch, it don't sound like you did what the people said you did, though. Allegedly. Allegedly. But girl, it sound like you. Okay. Okay. They better go get OJ. Who was OJ Simpson's lawyers? Oh, Johnny Cochran and it was Johnny Cochran, right? Oh, sister, I don't know what they gonna do, baby. Maybe if they wasn't mad at NECA could represent. What kind of lawyer was NECA? Girl, I don't know, child. Maybe they could have got. Maybe if all that shit didn't happen between her and NECA, she probably could have had NECA do a girl shoot her one. I don't know, girl. I don't know, girl. They'll figure it out. They ain't got no choice. They they getting Todd Christie lawyers because they did that allegedly. Okay. Thank you, Now on the net. Young Thug attorneys, right. They're gonna have to go get somebody because they're gonna have to whatever lawyer that if whatever lawyer they get, it's gonna have to be a damn good lawyer. Do you hear me? It's gonna have to be a damn good lawyer. Mm-hmm. I don't care if Wendy is guilty. I want her to have that I will be vindicated energy like Karen, baby. I don't know if they can afford a good one or not. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know nothing about them people finances. They say they broke. I don't know. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Hell, they can call phony Faye Faye. She ain't won a case since Bobby Brown. Thank you, Dr. Omar. 4 degrees, baby. Don't you tell them people you got 4 degrees, they're gonna get mad at you. Thank you, Dr. Omar. Girl, you know the people get mad when the people get mad when they find out y'all got 4 degrees, but yeah. Oh, excuse me. Hmm. Okay, the plan is not to go to jail. Don't go get Karen's lawyer. But I don't know if it was Karen. Karen lawyer was kind of fine. Remember the black guy, but I think that was Karen's fault though. If we're gonna be honest, that was Karen's fault. That was all Karen's fault. I think she probably went against what the lawyer probably told her they needed to do. I could see Karen going. I don't know. This is the thing. I don't know, of course, but I feel like it was Karen's fault. I feel like she went against what the lawyers probably told her to do. Because I refuse to believe that them lawyers saw that goddamn body cam footage and said, girl, this is a good idea to go to court. I refuse to believe that. The lawyers out there, the girls who know, would y'all tell, okay, because I don't know. Would y'all tell your client to basically try and get this shit done outside of going to court? Or would you tell your client, girl, we could probably win this, let's go to court after watching that footage? Because I don't feel like they told Karen that. Karen gives me, she probably thought that, girl, we can go to court. This is nothing. This is my 4th time. I'll be okay. Let's just go to court. I am the grand dame. I will be vindicated. Right. I don't see them. I don't see like I said, I don't know because I'm not a lawyer. And I don't know how that works. But I don't see a lawyer telling Karen to let's take it to trial. Especially saying that shit. Right. Lawyers can't force a client to take their advice. Right. That's why I feel like Karen probably said, no, I want to do it. I could see Karen going against whatever advice the lawyers probably told her. Baby. Anyway, shout out to Karen. She out now. She paid her debt to society. I got my degrees from ICDC College Online, baby. At least you got them, baby. Yeah, shout out to Karen. Shout out to Wendy. Hopefully everything work out for Wendy. Hopefully it's a mistake. If not, then girl, you might be going to jail. All right, y'all. Is that it? I gave y'all almost 30 extra minutes. Girl, y'all be getting me caught up on here. That's an old Wednesday. If anything, I think Eddie should just go to jail. Girl, and if somebody gotta go to jail, Eddie, you just you're gonna have to take the bullet, sister, and let Wendy just stay out and be a free woman. Girl, I feel like if anybody should go to jail, if they have to go to jail, I feel like Eddie should just say, "Let me just go to jail and let her stay at home." I think that Eddie should bite the bullet. I do. I really do. I'm not even bullshitting y'all. It don't make no sense for both of y'all to go to jail. If they know they can't get out of it and somebody gotta go to jail, I feel like Eddie should just take the fall. Eddie needs to take the fall. Wendy can go back to working on the show. She already said she take care of the kids anyways. Didn't she say that? Now I bet you, Wendy, I bet you wish you knew how to pay the bills now. Clock that T. Clock that T. Hello? I'm not gonna drag you no more, Wendy. But bitch, I remember you getting your stupid ass down to the goddamn TV show last season talking about, oh, I don't know, I don't even know how to pay the mortgage. Bitch, I bet you wish you know how to pay the mortgage now. No telling what Eddie was probably over there. There's no shade. It's no shade. It's no shade. No telling what Eddie was over there doing with the motherfucking checking account. No telling what was going on with the motherfucking books. And you ain't have no idea. See, this is what I be talking about. Girl, let me just say this real fast. This is what I be talking about. I'm not trying to take the blame off of Eddie and take the blame off of Wendy and put it all on Eddie. But what I am saying is you don't even know what was going on with the books because Eddie was in control of the money and you were responsible for raising the kids. So it could be way deeper than what Wendy probably even know. Joe Giudice offered to do Teresa time. They said no. Oh, they said no? And Wendy was over there signing shit. Just like Wendy was signing shit and giving false recordings, whatever they call. So she might still go to jail anyways. But yeah, I forgot Wendy was over there signing shit. But so he probably couldn't even say I did it all by myself, even if he wanted to, because he technically didn't do it all by himself because didn't they get stuff notarized, and I think they had her on recording saying certain stuff happened. I don't know, girl. But yeah, this just goes to show that you just never know. And I'm not trying to act like Wendy ain't probably did nothing because she probably did. But how many times have we watched these girls on TV be like, oh, when I got a divorce, I found out I had X, Y, and Z. Look at Kyle. Kyle just is dumb too. Kyle sat right there on the TV screen and said that girl, when Mauricio gave her stuff, she just signed it. Kyle said it. I remember Crystal saying that Rob was in control of the money. I remember Sutton saying that when she got a divorce, she found out she had all types of shit in her name. I remember, who else was it? Was it Lisa? Not Lisa. It was another housewife who said when they got a divorce, she found out. I think it was. Oh, well, that's what Stacey said. That heifer was probably lying. Didn't Stacey say last year, if she was telling the truth, that the husband was using her social security number for something that she didn't know he used it for? So all I'm saying is Wendy was walking around here last season talking about how Eddie pays the bills, and I came back here and I said, girl, how the fuck you don't know what's going on with the bills? Did I not say that? Did I not say that? Girl, did I not say that? Girl, did I not say that? Did I not say that? Just for all the shit to hit the fan. And again, I'm not trying to take any away the blame from Wendy, whatever blame there might be that Wendy has to accept. But all I'm saying is you don't know what Eddie was over there doing with the motherfucking church's money. You don't know what Eddie was doing with the books. You don't know what Eddie was doing with the money. You don't know. And it could be worse than what is actually happening. Wendy might be gagging by the end of this. That's all I'm saying. Wendy might be looking like, bitch, I didn't know all this shit was going on. Bitch, I thought we were just doing a 1-2 with the insurance companies. I'm not saying I want that to happen, but I'm just saying there's a possibility that Wendy could, girl, have egg on her face when they really get to digging through their shit. Hello? Does that make sense what I'm saying? I know it makes sense what I'm saying. I know it makes sense what I'm saying. I know it makes sense. Eddie gets 3 years, Wendy gets a few months, and they both will have to pay damages. That sounds like a plan to me. Girl, no shade. Girl, Wendy go in, do a couple of months, get out, girl, go back to the show. Girl, Eddie, you go to jail. Girl, go on my girl, you come back out. Okay. And quiet as it's kept, I said this the other night. I want to tap on it again. One of my friends sent me a TikTok. Y'all know a part of me believes, and I said this the other night, but we didn't go too much. We didn't go too much in detail about it. I don't really necessarily think that Wendy quit her job. I don't. We're gonna talk about it because this live is getting too long. So I hate, you know what I hate when I start talking about stuff at the end of the live because I know everybody doesn't watch long videos. So I feel like I have to come back and say it because I want people to hear what I had to say. Yeah. Like I feel like I have to come back tomorrow and say this stuff again because I know everybody don't watch my lives. So I feel like I want people to hear what I have to say. I want y'all to hear it. A part of me feels like Wendy didn't necessarily quit. I don't. The more I think about it, I refuse to believe that Wendy quit that job knowing that they were in the debt that they were in. And I'm going to tell y'all why. I think that Wendy was given the opportunity to quit to save face. So that if I think they probably told her. Now, I don't know, sometimes the girls are tenured. I don't know how that shit works. I heard that when you're tenured at a university, you can't get fired. I don't know. I'm sure it might be something in the clause that might say, I don't know. I don't know. But a part of me does feel like a big part of me, and this is what I was saying the other night when we were live, how I don't think she necessarily quit. I think that whatever happened at Johns Hopkins, it was one of those things where they told her, kind of like how Bravo does the Housewives, like, girl, you could just say you quit even though you got fired. I think they probably told her, we'll give you a recommendation. You can say you quit, but if we fire you, girl, you know what I'm saying? So it looks better to just quit because you have to think about it like this too. Why would she quit her job willingly and then also go back to doing a temporary teaching gig at another university? I thought about it. Clock that T. Come on, y'all. Come on, bitch. I'm cooking, bitch. Come on, bitch. Hello, let's talk about it. See, I got to come back tomorrow and talk about this from the beginning. I need the girls to hear what I'm saying. Can y'all let the girls know what we talking about over here? Because some of y'all don't know, but after Wendy was about to go do like a temporary teaching gig or something like that at some university. Like, girl, why would you quit your job at one university knowing you have substantial debt just to go teach a little part-time gig or like a few classes for the next month or two at another school. Like, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Whatever happened, I feel like Wendy was like forced to quit in a way. Because I don't see that lady just quitting her job and they got all this debt. And it's not like Wendy out here, girl, acting gigs. And, you see what I'm saying? And again, she literally left that position just to go, I guess, still teach another course, like a different course. I think about reality TV or something at the school. And when John Hopkins sent that statement to Bravo, knew she was done. And when they came out and basically said Johns Hopkins had, I was like, "Ooh, girl, this is that was." And I thought about that too. That was a telltale sign too. I don't know if John Hopkins. I remember. Okay, let me make sure I remember. I remember when the shit happened with Mia and Ashley, not Mia and Ashley, Mia and Wendy. I remember it being like, it was like, what is it called? Like a disclaimer or something at the end of the show when it said Johns Hopkins is not affiliated with this show. It was something like that. Where I felt like Johns Hopkins must have sent something to Bravo to let them know, bitch, y'all better let them hoes know that we ain't got nothing to do with that fucking circus down there. You don't quit Johns Hopkins to go to a community college. Nobody would do that. They fired her. They fired her. Thank you, Resney. Like, it ain't no way that lady quit that job. Something happened in my head. I don't know. This is just what's going on in my head. Something happened for her to quit. Something happened. That lady ain't gave up that job at no Johns Hopkins. So basically, like one of the cousins to go teach in no fucking community college, a class or two over whatever. I can't remember it was something I think they had to do with reality TV. I can't remember. But what I'm saying is, why leave one teaching position to go to another teaching position when you probably were making more at Johns Hopkins anyways? And they say you have more debt. And it's not like again, Wendy was just this person who was breaking into acting and she was flying in and out of Hollywood and she just had to pick and choose, and you left one teaching position for another teaching position. You could just stayed your black ass where you was already at. So yeah, that's kind of like, I don't know, like I don't know if she necessarily quit. So I think a lot of us were saying, I think a lot of us were saying, "Oh, you stupid for quitting," and I said that too. A lot of us were saying, "Girl, you stupid for quitting your job." But then when the more I thought about it, I was like, "Did she really quit? Because why would she quit to just go teach at another motherfucking community? Like, why would she quit Johns Hopkins to go teach at?" I was about to say the wrong thing. To go just teach at a small. I'll say another college. I'll just leave it at that. Like, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. To film full time. That still don't make sense because she's been filming full time since she got on the show. Wendy was never a friend of. I don't that I'm not trying to. That still doesn't make sense because Wendy has always filmed full time. Wendy has never been a friend of the show. Wendy has been filming full time since season 5. And the girl filming only lasts 3 months. The most traveling that Wendy probably does is when they promote the show. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the most that Wendy probably travels. The only thing that makes it a question mark is that you quit your job at a university, go teach at another university when you were already at Johns Hopkins. You ain't quit no Johns Hopkins to go teach at, over here. I just don't believe it. That's why it would be different if she quit, boom, and said, I'm done teaching because I ain't want to do this shit anyways. Girl, that would be one thing if she quit her job and was done completely, but she just didn't quit her job. She quit her job and then she went to the other school to temporarily teach some type of class about, I can't think it's about reality TV. I can't remember, girl. I was like, okay, whatever. But now, because this shit done came out, it's like, girl, they say y'all were in deep, 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 deep debt. You know what I'm saying? Then you quit your job, but then you go to another school to teach a class. It would be one thing if they were not in debt and Wendy was done teaching. Then it would just be like, oh, girl, she quit her job because, bitch, I ain't want to, like I said, girl, I didn't want to be a professor anyways. My mama made me do this shit. And now, girl, I got this money from Bravo and it seemed like it's good, so I'm good to go. That would make more sense, but that's not what happened. Wendy is in debt from what the people say. And she did quit her job to just go to another school. So, girl, did you really quit your job or did they just force you out and they gave you the respect to say, hey, girl, you can't work here no more, but what we're going to do is give you a recommendation and you could say you quit. So, girl, go ahead and give us your resignation letter. You see what I'm saying? I don't think it's just simple as Wendy quitting her job. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Wendy ain't just quit that job. I don't think Wendy just quit that job, y'all. I don't at all. I don't. 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 I don't think she just upped and quit her job like that. Mm-mm. 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 I don't think she just quit that job, y'all. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm sorry, but I'll say this much. I don't think she was stupid and quit her job. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Wendy was stupid and quit her job. I think she was forced out, and they gave her the respect to say you can put your letter in, and we'll give you a recommendation. But girl, you gotta go because she quit and then went to like a community college. Like no shade, I don't know. Y'all get what I'm trying to say? Y'all get what I'm trying to say? I'm actually, girl, in a twisted way, I'm actually giving Wendy more credit than what I was giving her before. Because before I was like, girl, you dumb, you quit your job. You see what I'm saying? But now I'm saying she didn't necessarily quit. She was probably forced to quit. Like she just wasn't stupid and quit her job. They came and knocked on her door and said, bitch, you gotta go. And she said, fuck. And so she said, okay, I'm quitting. Oh my God, I'm quitting, y'all. And then she typed up her resignation, was like, I'm done. And then she was like, bitch, I need to go ahead and find another job real fast. And so then she went and found another gig real fast over at another school. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, like she didn't pull. Girl, come on, she didn't pull a Portia. Wendy just didn't quit her job. That's what I'm saying. She just ain't quit her job. Be very clear. She ain't pulled no Portia now. She ain't had no choice. That's what I'm saying. She ain't had no choice. But she hurried up and tried to find another gig real fast. She got that motherfucking laptop and she said, "Girl, let me get to try to update this resume." Oh shit. Baby, she got to update that motherfucking resume, baby. Hello? And she went and found her another gig real fast at the local community college, whatever school that was. And they said, "Girl, we can offer you." And they said, "Girl, we can offer you a little temporary gig, and you could tell the girls about reality TV." And she said, "How much y'all paying?" And she said, "Okay, I'll take that." She said, "Accept it. When do I start? Thank you." That's what I feel like happened. I really do. That's what I really feel like happened. When he was on Craigslist. When he was on Craigslist looking for jobs, baby. Hello? Girl, Craigslist. Bitch, LinkedIn. Hello? Baby, wherever she was trying to find. Baby, mama was trying to find a gig. I'm telling y'all. Again, this is not factual at all. Let me be very clear. See, this is what I'm talking about. When I come up with stuff in my head, we are all in the need of grace. Lots of people who focus on academics and live in a bubble learn street smart, social boundaries, and true self worth later in life due to being green and naive. Thank you, PJ. Like me, I'm over here. This is not factual, but do y'all see how I just didn't create some bold face, just outlandish lie? Like y'all can get where the information, how I came up with my conclusion about Wendy quitting her job. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like I'm not like the girls on Twitter just coming up with these outlandish lies, just making shit up. Like you can tell how I got from point A to point D. Like this is what I feel like happened because of this. And then when I thought about this, and then when I thought about this, and when I thought about this. Like I can walk you through how I got to where like the ending. If you think about it, that was a scene no one from John Hopkins came out and said she resigned or quit. She may have known they wouldn't, so she just say, "I can do it this way." Thank you, Resney. You know, I try to let the people know how I got to how I got. Well, how you get there? Walk me through it. Okay, so let me walk you through it. This is how I determined this. But again, I don't know if that was her story, but that it just doesn't. Her just up and quitting that job just don't make no sense to me. I mean, none of the shit makes sense anyways, but it just doesn't make sense because she went and found another job. Girl. Work ain't honest, but it pays the bills. African proverb. Baby, I know that's right, Miss Love. Shout out to Ibadu. Huh. Girl, this is goodness. But yeah, it is what it is, girl. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I do wish them the best, though. I really do, and I don't want them to go to jail. But I mean, if they have to go, then that's just what it is. It sounds like somebody or somebody's might be going. Again, I don't know, but I don't want either one of them to go. And that's probably just out of me just liking her. Um, but it sounds like somebody's going to jail. It sounds like it. But hopefully, if they have to serve some time, they can just get in and get out, honey. Do a little nasty, do a little nasty 6-month bid, 3-month bid, and go on by their business, girl. Just pay the money, whatever money y'all took out, just pay it. Do your little few months in jail, get out, and come on home. You know. But I'm sure they're hoping for no jail time, like anybody would. She needed to befriend Teddy. Same scam and RHOBH, baby. Okay, girl. I don't know nothing about. I don't know nothing about Teddy scamming, but we know the other girl. Let me shut up. It's their first offense. She might get probation. I hope she get a little probation. I really don't want Dr. Wendy to go to jail. And before anybody, I even said the same thing with Karen. Like with Karen, like if this was Karen's, if the girls who've been following my videos, they know I've already said this. But if it was Karen's first time, I would be like, girl, everybody kind of fuck up. Players fuck up too. You know? If that was Karen's first DUI, but that wasn't Karen's first DUI. That wasn't even Karen's second DUI. That wasn't even Karen's third DUI. You see what I'm saying? Like this wasn't Karen's first time at the rodeo. This was Karen's fourth. That was Karen's fourth. But I even had the same grace for Karen. If it was her first time, and because nobody was hurt or killed, I would have said, girl, Karen, just like, make her pay a fine or whatever, girl. You get a slap on the wrist, suspend your license for a year or whatever. Teddy's husband's security company, but they all got robbed. Oh, for real. See, I didn't watch New York, not New York, Beverly Hills like that prior to season 10. So I really don't know the storylines prior to season 10. But yeah, I felt the same way about Karen. But Karen, that was her fourth time, girl. So it's like, girl. Girl, you still ain't learned your lesson, bitch. Girl, like, bitch, you still ain't learned your lesson. It's been 4 times, sister. Like 4? Girl, 4 at your big ass age. 4 times at 60 years old. Oh, baby, If you ain't learned your lesson and if this is your 4th time and you're 60, you ain't gonna never learn your lesson. That's really why Karen went to jail. Because the judge was like, bitch, you got the game fucked up. This keeps happening and you keep thinking you're gonna get away with it. I'm gonna learn your ass today. And he sent her ass to jail. But it made sense. Because this is not your first time, girl. This is your 4th. It was never $300. It was in excess of $300. I think a lot of us got hung up on the. Well, I ain't gonna necessarily say me, but some people just got hung up on the $300 because that's the way that it was kind of initially reported. I don't think people really paid attention to the in excess of $300. They just saw $300. What if jail is a housewife's humiliation ritual, baby? PJ, it sound like it. That's what it sound like. That's what it sound like. You know what the crazy thing to me? And another thing with Dr. Wendy, girl, y'all gotta stop acting like. Well, I mean, she could have, but girl, stop acting like the fraud that Wendy is involved in. girl, it really just happened last year. If we just gonna be quite honest, that's why when the girls be like, "Girl, I knew it was something about her." I always do, girl. You knew what? Because girl, the fraud didn't happen till April 2024. What the fuck y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? Now there could have been other issues too. That if they come out, they come out. But it's just it will always be baffling to me that they did this on TV. Like I do not understand that. Like I don't give a fuck what they did. Well, to me, the situation, the way that people are acting, it doesn't fit the crime. But my whole thing is like, bitch, you did it on, bitch, you really did this. You really did this while you're on one of the top rated shows on Bravo. Girl, even if your ass was down to WeTV, even if your ass was down to Zeus, that be the kicker to me. Like, girl, y'all really be getting on TV, girl, scamming. And the gag about Dr. Wendy that makes it so insane, it's not like you came into this situation and you were already scamming. Girl, they said the scam didn't happen until April of 2024. Bitch, that was just last year. You was really down. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to give a pass to the girls who do it before. I'm just saying, girl, it's dumb either way you look at it. It's dumb to do it before you get on TV. It's dumb to do it, you know. But it's not like you were doing this shit like a Jen Shaw and some of the other girls are already doing this prior to the show. That's still stupid to get on the show knowing that you're doing it. But girl, you really sat in the middle of season 9. It was at your house putting together a scam, allegedly. Knowing your ass was down on this TV show. Knowing it would make all type people scam every day. But the difference between Keisha and Pookie is Keisha and Pookie not on TV. So if they get caught, girl, it might make the local news, and then girl, ain't nobody gonna hear about it. But girl, y'all know when y'all get caught, bitch, it's gonna be everywhere. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you get caught, bitch, it's gonna be on girl Shade Room, Neighborhood Talk, Access Hollywood, Us Weekly, People. When I tell you, everywhere you look up, Wendy's face is plastered, Eddie's face is like, it is everywhere. Like when Karen got caught up, well, you know, hers is DUIs. Like, y'all faces are plastered everywhere. Everywhere. Other than the DUIs, all the other ones was before TV. Then come on, stupid, crazy is that narcissistic behavior. It really is. Like that shit is weird to me. I have never understood a scammer who scams in the public. I just don't get it. I have never understood a scammer who scams and it's kind of like the girls and boys who get on Instagram and they have these flashy lifestyles and we find out, girl, they've been stealing. Like that, like it's shit like that that is absolutely weird to me. Girl, they online showing off their Gucci bags and Louis Vuitton and they 2027, girl, ain't even 2027, bitch, 2029 G Wagon, girl, live in a high-rise apartment, on the 27th floor overlooking the city. Girl, jewelry, clothes, and then we find out they scamming. That shit will never make sense to me. That shit will never make sense to me. Never make sense to me. Bitch, if I was a scammer, y'all hoes wouldn't even know who I was. Okay? Bitch, if I was out here scamming, bitch, y'all wouldn't even know who the fuck Rodney the Voice was, bitch. Girl, the way I would be living my life so motherfucking solo dolo on the low, bitch, no motherfucking Instagram page, bitch, all hoes wouldn't even know I existed. Bitch, circle this big. Girl, I got a few friends. Bitch, y'all hoes be scamming. Y'all get down to the YouTube, to the goddamn Bravo TV, MTV, VH1, bitch, Instagram pages showing off your lifestyle. Girl, got all types of social media pages. I be so confused. Girl, I be so confused. Girl, should nobody even know your face, if we gonna be honest. Girl, you should be in one of these comments, girl, and don't nobody know who you are. Girl. Now you can send me you can send me some of that. Now you can send me a couple of dollars. You can now if you want to, you can cash out me at Rodney the Voice. I'm not all the time. But no, girl, it's like you should really be living like a low life. Shouldn't nobody really know what you do? You should not be flaunting your lifestyle. But the people who know you got it is because, girl, the people in the, your friends probably know you got it. They probably doing the same thing you doing. But your friends know you got it. Your family know you got it. But girl, it's not like you out here just bragging all over social media. Because why? Because you live a fraudulent life. That's all I'm saying. And this is no shade to the scammers out there. Because it's no shade to the scammers. It's no shade to the scammers. It's no shade to the scammers. I'm just saying it makes no sense for you to just be, you live in a certain lifestyle. So why are you putting it on Front Street for people to question anything that you're doing? That's all I'm saying. Bitch, if you're going to scam, but bitch, at least be smart about it and don't let nobody know what you're doing. Unfortunately, capitalism and consumption is rewarded right along with the toxic behavior when these reality casts are praised and idolized. Thank you, PJ. That's all I'm saying, girl. Just be smart about it, girl. The girl, y'all, girl, not y'all, but people be dumb. And then of course, because girl, the fact of the matter is a lot of us broke. Okay, so when y'all have these highfalutin lifestyles, girl, we trying to figure out, girl, what they work. Girl, what they do? Girl, they living real nice. Girl, what they do for? Girl, what they do for a living? Did you see that? Did you see that man on Instagram? Yes. Girl, he got a nice ass house. That motherfucker house is bad. Girl, he always showing his cars and his money. He got this badass watch. She said it was like $175,000. I don't know him, girl. Yes. Girl, he be all over Instagram. I know who I'm talking about. Yeah, girl, yes, him. That's the one. Girl, then we find out he a scammer, girl. You see what I'm saying? It's shit like that. It's shit like that. Like Jen Shaw. When Jen Shaw first came on the show, what did I say? What did I say about Jen Shaw? What did I ask you? I said, what the fuck do Jen Shaw do for work? What do Jen do for work? Because why does Jen need 8 assistants? And then people was like, oh, her husband is a university football coach. Girl, please. That motherfucker ain't making that much money. And then I found out he was like an assistant head coach for like the University of Colorado or some shit. I can't remember. I said, baby, please. That man ain't making that much goddamn money. Jen getting stores. Let me tell y'all something. Do you know how much? Do you know how much? Do you know who you have to be in order for a store to open up just for you? When Jen Shaw and those girls went to went to Las Vegas, remember when she took somebody shopping or she went shopping and they opened up the store just for Jen Shaw? Girl, stuff like that don't happen for regular people. Now, if you are already in the store, they might not just kick you out, but bitch, they're just not gonna open up the store for you. You got to be a high roller in my head for shit like that to happen. So when Jen Shaw was doing shit like that, I was like, bitch, what this bitch do for work? what is bitch work? Because girl, this is looking okay, girl. Girl, they say they rich, girl, but yeah, I'd be real confused. When PK and Dorit, even though PK and Dorit are not scammers, When PK and Dorit, season 10, I still remember. I remember the producer asking PK and Dorit, what do they do for work? And I remember coming down here because I was reviewing the show. And I remember saying, why are the producers asking PK and Dorit what they do? What does PK do for work like he's new to the show? Remember I said that? I said, why are they asking that man named PK and Dorit what he does for work like he's new to the show? If he already on the show, why are you still trying to figure out what the fuck he does? And y'all start talking about he a businessman, girl. You don't get the fuck out of my face with that businessman shit. What the fuck you do for work, nigga? Are you a hairstylist? Do you own hair salons? Are you a YouTuber? Do you sell pussy? Do you sell dick? Do you have an OnlyFans? Are you in the porn industry? Girl, do you own a washer and dryer? Girl, are you a contractor? Are you a lawyer? Girl, what do you do, bitch? It's not hard to say. I'm a businessman. Oh, absolutely not. Girl, that's a telltale sign to me. When y'all start talking about businessman shit, oh, girl, she's a scammer. Girl, as soon as the girls start talking about, girl, they're a businessman or a businesswoman. Okay, girl, you're a scammer. All right, girl, that's all you have to tell me. I know what you're trying to say. You ain't gotta go no details, baby. I know. If you can't just outright say, bitch, I'm a chef, I own a restaurant, girl, I'm in the club industry, I own some clubs, girl. When y'all start talking about businessman, girl. You know what? When people say, "Oh, you have a YouTube channel?" Yes. What do you talk about? I say, you know what? It's kind of I'm like the male Wendy Williams. That's the easy way to wrap it up for me. Literally, that's what I be telling people. Girl, I'm not about to go into all of what I be talking about on my channel. Girl, if you want to come and watch, you can come and watch. Okay. But that's exactly what I say. I literally say I'm like the male Wendy Williams. Hello. Hello. Catch me down on YouTube or Rodney the Voice. It's not hard to tell people what you do. It's really not. It's really not. Even if you don't want to go into all the details. I'm a nurse. Okay, I'm a nurse. We might not know what type of nurse you are, but I know you're a nurse. I'm a doctor. Oh, okay. I'm a therapist. Oh, okay. I'm a psychologist. Oh, okay. You see what I'm saying? It's not hard to just say, this is what I do. But when the girls can't really say what they do, and they gotta go around these loops and loops and loops and loops and loops and loops and loops of trying to explain, when it's too hard for me to understand what you do for work, it's automatically a red flag. Mm-mm. Flag. When you go into these deep titles of what you do, when you say you're a businessman or a businesswoman, those are the two biggest red flags to me. Girl, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Anyways, y'all, I'm gone. I had fun tonight. Of course, of course I stayed down here longer than what I said I was gonna stay. Well, I make myself so fucking sick. I will see y'all tomorrow. What's tomorrow? I'm tired of talking. I'm so tired of talking. I will see y'all tomorrow. Again, I will be posting a video on Patreon so we can continue the conversation about Super Scent and her response to, kind of like the backlash of um, what she said. Anyone can say freelance consulting contract. Right. Thank you, PJ. All right, y'all. I'm gone. Y'all have a good night. I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye, y'all.